Good segue.
Star Wars Legends of the Force, Episode 2, Chapter 10, Trepidation. After destroying the dark side creature hunting them within the maze, our heroes finally emerge to find themselves stranded on the asteroid. They manage to gain control of the station, only to find that they were its only remaining occupants. Fortunately, they manage to contact a Republic cruiser, which will arrive in 3 days. Can they stave off the darkness and stay alive until then? And what will they do next? After this adventure, is anyone still willing to follow Dell's visions? Or have their actions already prevented the dark future he foresaw? Okay, so to recap, you guys are mostly all, I think, in the control center, having just learned that the Republic cruiser, the Trepidation, will be there, hopefully within 3 days, to pick you guys up. So you're trying to decide how you're going to stay alive and find food and nutrients for 3 days. And you also saw that there was a corpse laying next to a bunch of destroyed droids on the other side of the door that you can't get to. That looks
Yay.
like a Sith assassin corpse.
Yeah.
I don't really like how you said look for food and then immediately notice there's a body.
Oh, that is, yeah, that's not what I meant.
Well, there's only
Oh.
a few humans in here, so
I mean, they're all also a bunch
facepalm.
of dead lizard creatures.
Can we
oh,
just
see, no cannibalism then.
can we just stop that?
My character doesn't need the food, so you can just take his rations.
Don't cats like reptiles? I'm pretty sure they like to catch them.
Stop.
Technically, cats or felines are like the number one serial killer out there. They kill like 2,000 some odd things a year. Lizards, insects, and everything else included. And I've probably made that list again.
You think?
I plan on getting number one on that one.
Okay, so we're picking up right exactly where we left off.
Yep.
No time has elapsed.
As of yet, no time has elapsed, but basically, we're going to go through, and you guys can tell me if there's anything major you guys want to accomplish in the next 3 days, and then we'll sort of montage our way forward 3 days. But right now, we're leaving right off in case there's anything that anyone wants to do right now. So all of you are still injured and everything.
I forget now. Did we establish whether there was any place within the asteroid that was less dark? As in force darkness?
Yeah, that was a no.
Yeah.
Afraid of that.
This isn't something Lexa would think of, but I mean, you guys, some of you, most of you, that are force users can use the light side. Is there any way maybe like over time you could make sort of a little like safe bubble, like banish the darkness from a certain area?
Remember what happened last time that happened?
But-
Not,
If you meditated and like continually together put out
Yes,
good,
meditate.
put out like not to sound hippie, but put out good vibes, you know, maybe.
Or knock Pakaz unconscious for 3 days to make sure he doesn't feel the seduction of the dark side.
All you need to do, man, is just calm down and love.
Sort of, not quite where I'm going, but
Oh dear.
I mean, otherwise, yeah, some of the force users might find it a little difficult.
Okay, so where are you guys going to hang out for these 3 days? Are you always going to hang out in the control room?
I mean, that's generally where I think Mikaz would go.
Given the size of the room, that's probably where Aelin would hang out. He might head up to the docks every now and then, or yeah, that one docking area every now and then, just to look out the window. But that's about it.
I want to stay close to the communications array. Like, we can't risk that being damaged or something, so I'm gonna pretty much guard that.
Okay. And you guys mentioned that you have condensing canteens, right, for water?
I have 2. I don't know how many others have.
Spakaz is all set for his infinite space voyage, since he doesn't need to eat food and he has condensing canteens for water. He's all set.
I do not have a canteen like that.
I have a canteen that I thought I've been thinking of as a regular canteen. We never really specified.
I mean, considering it's Star Wars, I would think it'd be safe to say that all canteens are condensing canteens.
Maybe.
Well, all canteens that you don't buy on backwater planets with no technology.
Yeah.
True.
Well, she had it from the start, so I guess the condensing canteen.
It would make sense that the Jedi would keep something like that around.
Yeah, Aelon just has rations, I believe, about 3 days worth. I think that's how much is in the standard utility belt.
Same.
I believe you need 1 a day.
I have a question.
Yep.
For using the survival skill, there's a basic survival DC 15 check. It says once per day you can avoid natural hazards and keep yourself safe and fed in the wild for the next 24 hours. That's not going to have any effect here, is it?
Unless you want to cook up some mutant lizard
No.
meat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wasn't there living quarters where you said they were like old food?
Yep.
Maybe it's worth examining.
Well, let's all number out how many rations we have
3.
first. So you're good for 3 days.
3 here as well.
Do our characters need to eat every day?
Yes.
Well, technically, humans can survive for 3 weeks without eating food.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
that's
more than
true.
water.
You just need water. You can survive 3 days without water.
Not
So
particularly
the
well,
question is,
but yeah.
how many
I-
condensing canteens do we have?
I have enough things to keep myself good for 3 days. I don't have anything for anyone else, but I have enough for myself.
I have 2 to spare if anyone is in dire straits as far as food goes. But water, I probably have the most condensing canteens.
Even if we split it, that'll be fine.
I didn't bring any provisions with me. I still just have what I was carrying when I was driving my truck.
Whoops.
Didn't that guy say they were gonna take less than a week to get here?
Yes, they're
3
gonna-
Yeah,
days.
3 days.
3 days.
Okay, yeah, we could all live off off 3 condensing, or even 2 condensing canteens for 3 days. Wouldn't be nice,
Yeah.
but
Is
no one's
there a
gonna
game?
die.
Is there a game mechanic for how much water they can make in a given time period? Is that in the rules?
It
I don't know. I
depends.
looked in the rulebook for the condensing canteen last section and I couldn't find it, so we'll just say that it's enough to keep you guys going.
They're listed in the survival pack, but they don't have their own separate thing.
I'm
Okay.
pretty sure what
In the
it
core
does.
rule book?
Yeah.
Isn't it kind of like a? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought my understanding was that it was basically a tiny moisture vaporator. Like it sucks in moisture from the
Yeah.
air and creates water.
That's
So-
what I assumed.
Well, if we're just gonna say it's enough, then that's good enough for me. I didn't know if we needed to ration or whatever.
If it's only
Yeah.
3 days, it sounds like
Yeah, we're gonna
we
say
can just
that's
say it's
enough.
enough.
Fine.
So does anyone want to do anything in the 3 days?
I wanted to ask if someone would give me a power pack. Because I don't have one.
Are those the ammo things?
Yeah.
I have. Let me see, wait. Hang on, I gotta get my character sheet up. I'm playing with one monitor. I have 4. I have 4 total. One in. Dang it! I don't remember. Are these extra ones, or are these including the ones that are in the weapons? I don't know.
Yeah, if you got them selected on your inventory name or equipment name, then they should be considered individual ones, because your weapon comes automatically comes with one unless you've reloaded.
I haven't reloaded yet. I haven't fired that many shots. I have 4 extras. How many do you need?
Hold on, I'm looking that up right now.
I've got a power pack in my utility belt.
What do you need them for? Do you have a blaster?
No.
No,
The utility belt
found
comes
that-
with.
I found that depleted double-bladed vibro sword, and it requires a power pack to activate it. I wanted to activate it and practice using
What
it.
sword is this?
User
Where-
in your channel timed out.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
It was a double-bladed vibroblade, she said.
From.
Vibro sword.
From one of the training area racks.
So, from here. Sit.
Uh-huh. Yes.
I can't remember. Oh wait, there, I found it. Okay, it requires 2 energy cells to operate.
Oh,
So-
energy cells?
Yeah, energy
Yeah.
cells are different than power packs.
I've got one of
Oh,
those.
But yeah, there's usually like utility belts usually come with one.
Yeah.
I have a.
Because energy cells are usually for like all the lanterns and other miscellaneous items and the
Okay.
hand and the melee weapons.
That makes sense. I have a toolkit. I think that has a cell in it. I mean, it's not an urgent need, but if someone's not using it, that would be appreciated.
Well,
User
I've only
joined your
got the
channel.
one.
Chris
And
is-
there you are.
Okay, somebody needed ammo? What?
Well, it turns out that Lexa actually needed an energy cell, not a power pack.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
It's a smaller power source.
Yeah, kind of like what would power up a lantern and whatnot.
I thought I had one. Having trouble finding it though.
And then Dirk will just start asking people, can anyone tell me what that creature was that almost murdered all of us?
Did we ever figure out anything about that?
Well, if you want to go ask the corpse a few questions or whatnot, be my guest.
There is no corpse. It disappeared.
I frankly had enough of it and I would like to stay away from it.
Some weird creature mutated by this. That's all I think we really need to know. As long as it's not here and not hurting us.
My character doesn't really want to do anything here. Just, I guess, take the time to rest and recuperate.
Okay. So the first day passes uneventfully.
Okay, quick
Alright.
question.
Yes.
I can't power the sword, but could I still swing it around and practice with it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I want to do.
Because I think the vibro blade things deal like 2d6 or something, but like regular weapons that are just like blunt instruments, I think they deal like 1d6 or something like that. So
Yeah.
I think it's still functional on that level. It just doesn't have the vibration, so it doesn't do as much damage.
Okay.
I should
that makes
have
sense.
one of the smaller power things, but yeah, I just can't find it on my list. 'Cause I know I had one at some point. I don't remember having any reason to use it. Could I just pop the one out of my prototype vibroblade and give it to her?
Yeah.
Okay,
Where did you get a prototype vibroblade from? Was it from the station or a different one?
you remember the end of the campaign, end of Zeriana's campaign, when we got the stealth field generators?
Oh, okay.
I forgot to sell it.
Okay, then I'll plug that in.
During the second day, I'd like to approach Delphern and do some stuff with him. If anyone else doesn't have anything to do.
Okay, what stuff would you like to do?
So Pekaz walks up to Delphern and reaches down into his pocket and pulls out this little force crystal. And he says, I know you used to be a Jedi. Do you know anything about what this is or what it does? And he holds the crystal out.
What would I roll for this?
Galactic lore? Yeah, it doesn't really. I mean, it just looks like a crystal to you, basically. You can try to use the force to examine it.
Yeah, no. I'm not going to do that. Well, I don't recognize it based on its appearance, and I'm not going to touch the force again here. We can examine it later if you would like.
Pekaz nods.
Where did you get this?
That was a while back on the planet.
Interesting.
I guess he would walk up to Kalani and do the same. Never mind.
What?
He does not.
What?
Hey, did I recover any hit points?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
8 hours of rest, you recover like your character level or something.
Okay.
Isn't your character level plus your constitution?
I'll check the rules. Never mind.
Yeah, I was just looking that up.
Okay, so at the end of day 2, suddenly an alert starts flashing on one of the computer consoles.
I go and check it.
You want to roll your intelligence for reading Sith?
Sure. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Okay.
9% improvement.
You see the alert is saying that the life support system is sort of having some slight difficulties in running, and then it was warning you that continued use may cause it to overload and fail.
Does it say what's causing it issues?
Just
I know,
continued
I-
use.
Ah. That's weird.
Does any one of us have power cells or something we could hook up to this?
I don't think power cells are enough to power a whole station.
But then let's reduce it so we only have to power this room and the communicator.
The life support doesn't work like that. It powers the whole asteroid or nothing.
What about lights and other non-essential systems?
Oh, we can turn. Yeah, we can try turning off other stuff like that. But you did say right that it was the life support itself that was having issues, not the power, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like the light support equipment that generates the atmosphere and everything is just deteriorating. But there's still plenty of power on the station.
Do we know where the life support is? Where the system is?
Deep inside the asteroid, at its core, if I recall what Kyrath said before.
Uh-huh. The access to it is in the living quarter areas. You can access it from there. There's like a hatch that's marked on the map that you guys downloaded from the main control system.
He wants to make us go out there.
I didn't want to say it.
Well, even if it stops running, there should be enough oxygen left on the station. That should be fine, right? Even if we just shut it off. It's not like it's going to vent the entire asteroid.
Yeah, theoretically it should. I mean, realistically, it'd probably be fine. Especially, and if we shut it off and then turned it on a few times every now and then to refresh it. I mean, another day. I mean, how far into the second day are we?
This is like the night of the second day.
Okay, so we should probably be able to manage one more full day if we shut it off and then turn it back on for like an hour or two every couple hours.
Or maybe.
Doesn't the life support system also generate heat to keep us from freezing in space?
Yes, but
Yeah.
How fast is the heat going to leach out of this asteroid if we shut that off?
well, heat only leaches out through black body radiation in space because there's no air outside to pull the energy out of it. So slower than normal. I mean, about a day is all I'd want to risk. It's all we need to risk if we do. And we'd be turning the life support on every once in a while, which would be adding some more heat. It won't make up for all the loss, but if we do that, it should get it back on. It should keep us alive long enough, I would think.
Was there a way to keep it functioning at a low level instead? Worried about just hard shutting it off and trying to start it back up again. If it is close to dying.
I'm thinking a technology or mechanics role would tell me more about this. What do you think?
Yeah, you could make either.
Um,
Yeah, you don't really know one way or the other.
Yeah, I never worked on life support when I was on those ships.
Well, we're cycling through it once every couple of hours or so would possibly risk shutting down the whole system, in which case it'll run out in about 24 hours anyways. Or we leave it on for about 24 more hours and it might shut down and overheat. So we're kind of in the same boat anyway, either way. If we shut it off and turn it back on, it has a higher chance to actually shut down, but it's got longer sustainability to it. I would recommend the sustainability myself.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
Shut it off, and then every couple hours turn it back on for like an hour, and then shut it off again.
Okay. So you shut off the life support. And then the gravity on the station disappears.
They're linked together?
Yep.
I magnetize my boots.
I hide under a console and just sit there.
I try to grab onto something.
Aelin just takes up a relaxed pose and just kind of crosses his leg and waits for the inevitable drop.
If anyone starts floating away, I think I'm gonna try and grab them and maybe secure them to something.
How high is the ceiling in this room?
That is a great question.
Yes.
It's like 20 feet high.
Fantastic.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna start grabbing people and then magnetizing my boots to pull us down so that I can secure them.
I'm going to use my liquid
Okay.
cable dispenser and grapple to hold on to the console that I need to be next to turn on the life support again.
Okay. So after how many hours do you want to turn it back on?
Let's go with every 3. I mean, we could probably go longer, depending on how many people are on the station, and the volume of air. We probably wouldn't have that much of an issue with the carbon building up, but then again, we're in a small room and there's no ventilation because the life support's off. So 3 hours, I think, is the max we'd want to go.
Okay. So on the 6th hour, when you reboot or I guess that would be the 7th hour if you let it run for 1 hour. When you reboot the life support system, you get a critical failure message, and the life support fails to come back on.
Of course it does.
Yep.
You all just hear this, like, rattling and shaking noise, then like coming from deep within the asteroid and echoing through the ventilation shafts, and then it just falls silent.
Well, it looks like we gotta go back out there.
The gravity stays on though.
That's good.
Is there any atmosphere leaking out? I asked that to Picasso since he's at the console.
Well, it wouldn't be leaking out. It's just now it's not being. The atmosphere is not being scrubbed of carbon dioxide, and we're
I
going
was
to
like,
choke.
if the I was wondering if the failure was so catastrophic it caused a problem in hull integrity.
Well, we would have heard
basically.
an explosion or something.
And there was rattling sounds and it's deep enough.
I mean, I don't see any alerts, do I? That say anything like that.
You don't see anything.
So how long will this last for?
No clue.
I could go and take a look at the life support system if you wish.
I mean, if we all go to sleep or something, and we stay asleep until the ships get here, we could lower our oxygen usage. But I mean, it's safer, maybe, if there's nothing out there to go and fix things up. We don't know exactly how long it's going to take for them to get here either.
Would probably be best be served to fix whatever's going on, since we can get to it at least, or if we can get to it at least.
We should keep on our guard because there's probably, realistically, there's probably an assassin out there or something. If they had enough food to keep going this long.
Oh, of course. That goes without saying. Go ahead and keep your heads on a swivel and all that.
Okay, so what's the plan?
Go fix it.
Alright, I start heading out.
So who's going to fix it?
I'll probably go.
Yeah, probably Bakaz and I.
I'm going to go as well. I don't like sending just 3 people out there. Or
I think we should
just
all
2 people.
probably go. It's safer that way.
It is.
And if
And
leave
the
the
ship
control-
arrives, if the ship arrives while we're there, we have no way to communicate with them.
Yeah, I'm leaving the
They said it
control
will take
room
3 days.
unguarded.
But if there are assassins, they will not be keen on us escaping.
Also,
I don't-
it's like 2 a.m. right now on the 3rd day.
I think I'd be okay with leaving like 3 of us back here.
Dirk says, I volunteer to stay back here as long as someone stays with me.
I'll stay.
Yeah, I think we should keep this room guarded and make sure that we can communicate.
I think 2 people should be sufficient to get to the life support system. Small, stealthy.
Out of character.
When you say stealthy, Bakaz looks at you funny.
Yes!
I didn't say I would be stealth, but the other one could be.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
better
why I'm
have 2
coming.
more with us so we can fight if it comes to that.
Look, I'm good at repairing things. I'm a bounty hunter. I don't really like. I want them to know I'm coming after them. That's sort of the point.
It's alright, lass. We'll have Pakaz and myself to be there with you and let you grab all the attention in the world that you so desire.
Bakaz nods.
So, where do you think I should be?
Well, you already volunteered. Stan would be good for you if you wish. I would recommend it myself.
That reminds me, did anyone get the rules on the health per day or anything?
Yeah, it's on
Yeah,
page
it's your
148. That's just your level.
Mm-hmm.
Then could I use that medical
Yeah, except
stuff?
I might have a bit of a problem with the healing.
Oh, because you have
Persistent
a persistent
conditions.
That just prevents you from using the recover action, but you can. It says you can recover health by other means. But does it say you can't move up by natural healing though?
Hmm?
Oh, you do not
I
regain
live
any
in
hit
nature.
points from natural healing.
No.
Yeah, it says a living creature cannot heal naturally if it has any persistent conditions.
So who has that medical equipment that we got earlier?
I think Kalani has it.
Yeah. Either Kalani or Lexa was carrying it.
It's Kalani. I don't have it in my inventory.
Stabby
holds out
with the dark purple juice.
I couldn't hear what Bezek was saying there.
I said Picaz holds out his arm at you expectantly.
What?
Stabby with the dark purple juice.
No.
I mean, I'll just take it from you.
How?
You need to heal.
Oh.
What?
Picaz needs to heal.
Uh-huh.
There's a reason he's holding out his arm.
He wants to do drugs, not you.
Yes. And he won't force you to do it while you're conscious, but he will take it and use it on himself if you don't, do it for him.
Also, since Kalani's trained in the treat injury skill, if she supervises you guys during your hours of natural healing, you can get double the benefit.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea.
So that means in total, since we started, you guys could regenerate 4 times your character level in health.
That would heal me to full.
Aww.
What?
If it's 4 times our character level, 9 times 4, which is 36, which should be more than enough.
We get 4 times our character level in health points back.
Yeah.
Well, after 2 days, it would normally be 2. But Kalani's trained in treat injury, so she can oversee people's recovery. I forget the exact name of it, but she can do it for up to 5 people, I think. Yeah, long-term care. Oh, 6 people.
I think we talked about this before. Can she do it for herself? Or does it have to be others?
I think
Has
supervised
to be
kind of
others.
implies that she's not really
Yeah.
sleeping that much.
Okay, so Lexa, Picaz, and Aeland are going to investigate the life support.
Yes.
Hey,
Yeah.
Picaz, can you show me how to run the computer terminal that is communications before you leave?
Picaz will try to teach him how to use the computer terminal. Does it work?
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
We'll be back
Okay,
in a
so-
second. There's a to-do going on outside. It's concerning me.
Hmm. So, did Kalani supervise for us?
Yeah.
Full health.
So no need for more of the creepy goo stuff?
Not unless you want to take it. Since,
No.
you
That
can't,
stuff's pretty useful. We should keep that around forever until it's gone.
since you can't heal naturally due to your persistent wound. But
Oops.
I mean, yeah. And it's not like it's doing anything. It's not like it did anything to us. And it's been days since we took it.
Well, I mean, what it is, like I just read, it says resting for 8 consecutive uninterrupted hours usually removes all debilitating conditions affecting a creature and returns it to its normal state. You went down the condition track not because of like something special, but because you were injured or something, right?
Nope.
No, it was a
No,
special
it was-
persistent condition.
Oh,
Persistent.
Yeah,
And
no,
that's-
she's not going to be able to get that back, I don't think.
then it's up to the GM's discretion, because otherwise, instead of healing, she'd be going up in the condition track.
Well, she has a perfectly valid option.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, basically Kalani needs like medical kit level medical care.
Might actually be surgery kit. I don't remember for sure.
Or purple goop.
No.
Or
Yeah, they
that.
worked on Picaz. They covered it. They got
Nah.
rid of his.
In other words, she needs either the cruiser that's coming in or the purple goo. And for her, that means the cruiser that's coming in.
Okay, so do you guys want to head straight to the maze then?
We've got a map drawn, so I guess we could just go through the maze. We killed that creature, right?
You saw
Yeah.
it disintegrate
I
in
remember
a burst
doing
of
that.
energy.
Well, as long as there's not another one, then we should be fine.
Maybe we should try to stealth our way through it. I realize it's me saying it, but
You can try to stealth, and we'll decide on whether it's worth trying for us or not.
Do you need a stealth generator?
it would not hurt.
Yeah, she needs one.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you.
Yeah, she needs it. She needs it.
Yeah, I'll lend you mine. So,
Okay.
Yeah, if she doesn't get it to you, then I'll
As
take the
you
one
guys
from-
walk into the tunnel under the maze, all of a sudden Lexa just like kicks this rock and it just bounces into the wall, and there's just super loud echo that just echoes all the way down the tunnel and it starts echoing around the maze. It's unbelievable how much noise that little rock made.
I thought you said stealth.
Right, I was
Um,
just trying to see if the sounds would reverberate and maybe detect things in the front. There was a reason.
stealth field generator.
You can roll again if you have the stealth field generator, which he gave you.
Okay, then I will activate it.
Much better.
Nat 20. Even you guys.
Elon goes along like it's a normal day at the zoo because Picaz is usually invisible. Anyways,
Okay, so I'm gonna say that going stealthily and trying to avoid all the traps and everything takes you guys like 2 hours to make it through the maze.
Well, we have time.
At least 3 hours, because we didn't die on the third hour of any of those.
Yeah, so luckily the living quarters are right next to the maze entrance. So you guys make your way to the corner of the room where it's on the map, and you see like an access hatch that opens up into like this circular shaft with a ladder leading down.
You hear a whisper saying, "I'll go first."
I'll stay in the middle.
Because has his staff at the ready.
Elon draws out his blaster. Alright, y'all do what you need to.
Okay, so are you all three gonna go down or just because?
I
There's
will go.
room. I would imagine all three.
Yeah, only if there's room is Alan gonna get in the way, but if there's not room, he's not gonna get in the way, because they're the mechanics, he knows that. He's not gonna get in their way.
Okay, so you go down the ladder until it opens up into this room, which at first seems sort of small, but then you realize that it's actually fairly large, and it's filled with like just giant, huge machinery that you think is the life support and gravity systems for the asteroid. And it's one of the machines is active, and that looks like the artificial gravity, but the other one is just completely inert.
Time to examine it.
Same. Roll mechanics or technology?
I would think mechanic.
Yeah, you can roll mechanics if you're attempting to see like what's wrong with it, or technology if you just want to know more about it.
This is not good.
Yeah, you you got in that one.
It's not a great night. It's no
Is this
start.
gonna be another night
Oh,
of dice
boy.
betrayal?
And so
What was
it
that?
So-
begins.
Looking it over, you see there's like a portion of the machine that just looks like it's sort of broken and fallen apart.
I'm having trouble determining what's even what.
That's
Is
the
there a way to
machine.
fix it?
Maybe.
Maybe.
It looks like a big jumble of fallen apart pieces.
Can they be put back together, or are they like broken, falling apart, like broken apart?
Is there a
Well-
maintenance? Sorry.
I think you need a better roll in order to determine if it's fixable.
Is there a maintenance computer around here?
Yeah, you see that there's a control console like in between the two machines.
All right. I'm gonna go to that and tell Bakaz to read it. And like try to help him identify things, even though that's not seem to be something I'm doing right now.
Intelligence roll, and also we could just take 20. We have at least somewhere near an hour.
That's true. That might be a better option, since then that way we'll get a more complete picture. If you're spending
I
time doing it.
agree.
So then I radio back. And then this could take a while.
I think he came down with us. It said there was room.
Oh,
Yeah, if there's room, I'm down there with y'all. So,
then I will radio back to the group and tell them this is going to take us a bit. We'll try and give regular radio calls as we go.
Yeah, so I want to take 20 on this.
On the mechanics check,
Yep.
okay. So yeah, so you work at it for a while, and you're able to figure out what most of the parts of the equipment are supposed to do. It looks like several of the condensers units just were very old, and they just got worn out, and two of them exploded in the machine and caused part of it to fail. So if you wanted to try to get it working again, you basically just have to bypass it, and then it would only be able to operate at 50% efficiency, but it could continue to run if you did that.
Can I cannibalize parts from my canteens? You said condensers, right?
Yeah, they're on a much larger scale though.
Oh well. I had to try. But that's better than nothing. It'll slow down the loss of oxygen. And it's only a couple of people, so this place was obviously meant to house quite a bit more than us. It should be able to scrub the CO2. So that's what I want to do.
Okay. So
I
that
will aid
takes
with
you.
that.
It takes you about an hour then to do that. Okay, so after you finish, do you head straight back, or what do you do?
How about we head straight back?
Aelin nods.
I mean, checking out that corpse might be useful, but if there's more of them, that's risky. Though that begs the question, why would he leave them here? It's a waste of useful resources. I mean, the air's working. We might as well head over there and take a look.
Yeah, don't remind me about the body.
I have no opinion. I will follow you.
To the body then?
Yeah, let's see what we can find here. He may give us a few answers or maybe some questions to ask.
So before we head out, I radio back that we're gonna go take a look at the body real quick before we head back. But we've got the life support on again.
On our walk over, I say to the two of them, so what exactly are our plans once we're finished? What are we going to do next?
Long-term plans, lass, I'm not sure. I'm gonna check and make sure that there are no extra visions, no more threats to the galaxy as far as it goes. With Delphern, as soon as he's comfortable deep diving into the Force or whatever he does.
That seems a bit like weight of the world on your shoulders. There's always going to be trouble. Are you going to run to all of them?
Oh, of course. If he doesn't say anything, though, I'm gonna get back onto my investigation. I've got some justice to mete out.
If he doesn't see anything that pertains to the people I have a duty to, then I'm probably not going to stick around.
No collective purpose then. Each of your own goals.
Say that again?
Well, I don't really know much about your group. I thought maybe you were, I don't know, a group of mercenaries. Maybe even a music band. But It seems as though you're just individuals thrown together and you have no collective goals with which you are both trying to accomplish, or whoever all is part of your group from before.
That's about how it goes, Loss. Right now, we're just individuals. I wouldn't mind working more with Kalani, but I'm still not certain on Delfern. He's still not on my best side right now.
Because of your friend.
Oh yeah.
I can understand that. When the actions of those close to you cause others to harm, it's difficult to move on from that.
Okay, so you guys arrive at the corpse.
Sorry, Delfern, I don't trust you.
I should just
Someone
allow
want
a
to roll
higher
perception?
perception than Lexa doing.
Well, I mean, unless something attacks us, why don't we just take 20 again?
Somebody better than other than me. My rolls are gonna be special tonight too.
Okay, so you take like 20 minutes combing over the body, and you find a short-range communicator, also a stealth field generator, a Sith sword, and a vial of some strange dark liquid.
I immediately give the stealth field generator to Lexa so she can give Connie's back to her when we get back.
You take it.
And then I slip the Sith sword back next to all the other ones I have.
You're coming up with a pretty decent collection, aren't you?
I want to take the
Yeah.
short-range communicator.
Okay.
Is it possible for me to plug it into my data pad and maybe get some info out of it?
Yeah, you can try. Also, crew face spelled with a C.
Sorry. I don't know where I got in my head that it was spelled with a K.
Like, that's why his assassins are called crew face claws, because it's an alliteration.
I mean, it's still like an like a vocal alliteration.
Yeah, but it could be an alliteration with the K. I mean, kind of like Mortal Kombat.
No.
Can I tell how many uses the stealth field generators has left?
Yeah, it looks like it has one use left.
Good to know.
They get 3 total, right?
What?
Or is it
Yeah.
5?
5.
5.
Oh, okay. Well, then it has 3 uses left.
Lost, do you need help with the communicator? You seem to be having some issue there.
Yes. I don't know what it is. I just feel distracted today. Here. And I give it to him.
My rolls are
Yeah.
still bad right now.
So looking through the communicator, it's like programming with the data pad. It seems just like a generic communicator that's set to just transmit on a short distance frequency. And it doesn't seem like there's any other communicators that are in range that are communicating on the frequency of this one.
Alright, I relay that to Lexa. Or at least that's what I can find, Loss. It's probably used to communicate with the Sith Lord who is here, and doesn't look like he's near. And Pakaz, that sounds fine.
Well, then I suppose that's one piece of good news. No one of his friends are nearby.
Yeah, it provides a little bit of peace.
Well, we should get back to the room with the others.
Oh yes. The closer we are
So,
to the landing pad, the better off we are.
Yeah. Quick question. There was a comlink, the sword, and the vial. And was there anything else on him? Oh wait,
Yeah, the
stealth
stealth
field
generator.
generator.
Yeah.
That was it, right?
Uh huh.
Okay.